because you think you deserve better, as opposed to value. That's why this high value thing is a big topic. As opposed to value in the eyes of the beholder. On the other side, what does value look like?
But no, they could, and so could the good person.
But you know
with
what? You know the thing that y'all
with their character, you don't care about
values are
subjective.
I care about
that on a personal level when it comes to my relationships. But I'm thinking if I'm looking at two just strangers.
Let me say a special shout out to all the people that hit the like button. I have 4 people watching me live. I appreciate you all. And I got those 8 likes. For those that dropped in, thank you so much. You're helping us with the mission force. Don't forget to share with your friends. I will continue to do this even if it's only one person. Okay, so thank you. I appreciate you. All right, so let's get into more.
But if we're looking at it generally, value, I feel like it's outside of self. So how does you like be honest and have good character having to someone else? I feel like in being a high value man means that you have some type of human capital.
How is having principles and character of value to someone else?
What? How is it as a stranger on the street? How is that valuable to me? You know what I'm saying? So as a man,
the same way somebody
value, that means you have some type of human capital.
The same way that someone that you don't know
that could be valuable to somebody.
The same way that someone that you don't know, their money isn't valuable to you either. But the thing is, if someone is a good person, and if someone, has a certain type of character, and
what value does that bring to my life? Because they're a good person and they have good character.
What? Really?
As a stranger on the street, that just means
but Kayla,
bother me, and we're gonna go about our lives civil. That's all that means.
But Kayla, it's the same thing, because a stranger on the street with money brings no value to your life either. You don't know them.
Could.
And so could the good person.
But you know
with what?
You know the thing that y'all
with their character, you don't care about
values are
subjective. I care about that on a personal level when it comes to my relationships. But I'm thinking if I'm looking at two just strangers.
All right. Oh God. All right. So let's look at this really quickly. All right, so let's look at this real. First of all, let's again, I wasn't a big fan. I wasn't a big fan of how he talked at women, but I can appreciate the value he brought. I'm one of the few people that actually shed light on the value he brought into the space. Everyone else is busy defending a complete stranger to themselves, or they're busy not paying attention to the actual lesson. A messenger sometimes does not always bring everything the way you like it to be packaged. As a matter of fact, we need to shake things up sometimes in order to get the best out of ourselves. Okay, so but again, it's a big old conversation. Let me go ahead and show his face so we can give him his proper credit. Okay, these are the meanings right here. Let me just do a quick reiteration before we move forward. He did a whole video called I linked it in the description. It's called "What is a High Value Man? High Value Man Defined," and he did give the 6 criteria. First one is he makes $10,000 or more a month, adjusted for where they live in, right? Standard of living. And then second thing, he has demonstrated performance over a minimum of 5 years time. That makes sense, right? And then second thing, he has group acceptance by other high value men. He belongs to a network of other high value. The reason why there's a need for criteria is because you don't decide that you're high value just because you're a good person. That's not how the shit works. Okay, the way it works is that there's a marketplace. There is a marketplace. You are actively competing, indirectly, directly, intentionally or unintentionally. Either you realize it or not. There's limited resources, and how resourceful you are will determine if you can turn that to unlimited resource, or it will look like unlimited resource where other people will admire you and want to be a part of what you're up to, right? But the bottom line is that other people, their perception is what determines value. In this context, we're not talking about oh, my value as a Christian, or my value because of the way I was raised. No, that's not what we're talking about. Even that, when you go to the bottom of it, at the end of the day, it's about how society sees you and how useful they find you. Number 5 is he has visibility in society. And last but not least, he has utility. He's useful to the society. The society determines what we call high value. What kind of world are we living in? Ghana, here we come. America is a wash. Don't be too. If you're going to the village in Ghana, yeah, sure. If you stay in Accra, it's just as westernized, or Lagos in Nigeria, okay? Westernization is getting everywhere. Why? Because the marketplace values it. So if we're going to do anything about it, we have to acknowledge that first. It's just the reality. They figure out something that our people want that we're pushing against, and the conversation is a lot more than just, But you get the gist. But yeah, I know. So, but I'm, like I said, I'm westernized. The way I build my family is westernized in so many ways. But we try to stay away from the woke stuff, right? Because the woke stuff can destroy your family, just like what Will Smith is dealing with, right? So again, in addition to that, let me do a quick one here. He had a second video called "The Facts About Being High Value Men." Then he had this acronym, failure. That means you've experienced failure multiple times. You're a product of failure, right? That's the reality. Action. He takes action, right? Change. He embraces change as a consistent. So now, let me go back to this video and let's dissect it properly, because I'm not sure what Kay is talking about. I'm confused. Because Kayla is absolutely correct here. The market. You cannot talk about value in this context without talking about the marketplace, or some kind of market, a person that's going to actually enjoy the value that we're talking about. Not you. You don't enjoy your own value. One of the problems with this space when it comes to relationship talk is that people talk about value with no respect to the person that they're trying to get with. Like, what is the person that you're trying to get with? What do they want? The man does it, the woman does it. Okay? On both ends. Yeah, everybody does the same nonsense. What I want, my preference. Okay, we get that. It's okay for you to have a preference list. The person you want, what is it that they want? It's on both sides. And then when we try to talk to you, you're like, oh, Ola, you don't understand this game. You've been out of the game. In the same breath, you're going to complain that it's not working out for you. And these are sizable books. They're minimum 200 pages. You can download them absolutely for free by simply going to, for example, this one, you just go to getmymarriageback.com, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, realestatemoneysecrets.com. So yes, I am a 3 times author. Those books are out there for your consumption, and they are also available everywhere on Amazon, anywhere that you pick up books. So in case you prefer a physical book like that, you're gonna keep doing the same thing and expect different results, right? Let's go back to this video.
Does it like whatever. But if we're looking at it generally, value, I feel like, is outside of self. So
that's absolutely correct. We know what you value. Other people will bring that to your wall. That's what creates relationships. Okay, we get that. We understand what you value. But if you understand influence and power, like what we're talking about, the westernization, they're feeding our people what they want. So now we're complaining and bitching about it. But they want it. Westernization, whatever it is that they think they want right now. The bottom line is that at least in the short term, people value what westernization brings. Stability, capitalism, money, being able to buy a car or mortgage, like all this materialistic stuff. People value those things. That's the reality. Even if it's going to kill them. Right? Yeah, absolutely. The seller only sets a price. The buyer determines the value. Yeah, those are two different things. The value and the money are two different things. That's why we have what we call the purchasing power, right? Let's keep going.
How does you like be honest and have good character or value to someone else? I feel like in being a high value man means that you have some type of human capital.
How is having principles and character of value to someone else?
None of the short term. We're talking about a marketplace. Nobody cares about what you can bring to them 10 years from now. In reality, they don't care. They care about how they feel when you're in their presence. Feelings first. They care about how you make them feel when you're in the presence. That's why people were roasting Kevin Samuels. That's why a lot of people were roasting, because whatever he was trying to say didn't make a lot of people feel good, even if he was saying the right thing. Unfortunately, feeling right is everything, controls everything. Right? Now you have to decide if the value you're looking to put out or to receive is for short term or long term. You get to decide that, and you're responsible for that. So you don't get to say value and character. That's like a bunch of simps saying, I'm a good person, so she shouldn't have left me. That's not how that works. That's not how it works. I'm sorry. She could leave you for reasons beyond you. Maybe you know, it's deeper than just your own understanding or your own righteousness. It's dirty. Your own righteousness is just disgusting in the eyes of God. And if you read your Bible to that point, you will see that, right? It goes back to how people feel. And if you're going to have any level of power or influence on your surrounding, your circle, you're going to need to understand that and stop putting yourself on a pedestal as a good person, because that's not how this shit works. I'm sorry. It's part of it. You need to be a good person, but it's the bare minimum. There's more to it.
How is it? As a stranger on the street, how is that valuable to me? You know what I'm saying? So as a man,
The same way somebody
value, that means
the
you
same
have
way-
some type of human capital.
the same way that someone that you don't know,
that could be valuable to somebody.
the same way that someone that you don't know, their money isn't valuable to you.
Yes, it is. And I'll show you why it's valuable, right? Let me show you, Kay, or whoever is the K that's listening to this. These are the 6 basic human needs. Love, the same thing as connection. Men should not use love in their vocabulary. Bullshit. You want connection. It's the same shit, okay? Everyone needs companionship. Need. It's a need. Emotional need. That's essentially why a lot of people are angry in this space, by the way. Okay? The other thing is variety. You know, variety. We don't like to get bored, right? Significance, right? Certainty, or you can call that security. Sometimes it feels like security. Just the idea that this person may be able to protect you. They are driving a Lamborghini. I know it's dumb and it's materialistic, but it's the reality, right? Make you feel like, hey, you're secured, at least financially. So yes, you're benefiting instantly, because feelings is everything, right? Growth and contribution. I don't think Kay is a very smart girl. I don't think she's capping intentionally. But again, these are the conversations we need to be having.
Either. But the thing is, if someone is a good person, and if someone, you know, has a certain type of character, and they're
What
beautiful-
value does that bring to my life? Because they're a good person and they have good character.
What? Really?
As a stranger on the street, that just means
But Kayla, but
you're not gonna
Kayla,
bother me, and we're gonna go about our lives civil.
Kayla,
That's all that means.
But Kayla, it's the same thing, because a stranger on the street with money brings no value to your life either. You don't.
I am muted. Yeah, I was muted. Thank you for that, sir. Right? I need to be watching the screen. I get passionate about this topic. Right? So again, people care about their feelings first, before reality, before whatever you want to call reality. Physical feelings is reality, by the way. Our feelings are the reality, right? They do care, they only care about what they feel. That's about. So if it feels like, hey, I'm going to be financially secured because this person is riding a Lamborghini, that's the society we live in. It's sad because it's materialistic, but it's just the reality. That's what people care about. This is why simps or Mr. Nice Guys tend to be dangerous, because they are manipulative. They think because they are Mr. Good, Mr. Nice Guy, that they deserve the best that life has to offer. That's not how this shit works. Life is driven by influence and power power is taken. It's not going to be given to you just because you're nice and Mr. Good Guy. She's a lady. She can afford to say what she's saying. You as a gentleman, you can't afford to say that because you're a Mr. Nice Guy, you're a good guy, you deserve. No, that's not how this works. You are going to be resented precisely because people can smell it, that you're only doing good because you think you deserve better, as opposed to value. That's why this high value thing is a big topic. As opposed to value in the eyes of the beholder. On the other side, what does value look like?
But they could.
And so could the good person.
But you know
With
what? You
what?
know what the thing that y'all
With
missing?
their character. You don't care about you.
Values
Yeah,
are
I care about
subjective.
that on a
They
personal
are.
level when it comes to my relationships. But I'm thinking if I'm looking at two just strangers